First, I'd like to acknowledge all my council members. Y'all can raise your hand. And then the other, Councilwoman McCoy, Councilwoman Ms. Dixon, Councilwoman Dixon, and any other public officials, you can raise your hand from other offices. We have Wayne here from Lisa Blunt Rochester's office. Thanks a lot for coming out. I'd like to thank all the media for coming. Okay, today we're here. We're hosting a ribbon cutting for H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club of Delaware was awarded a $95,000 grant, $95,000 grant, which was to upgrade H. Fletcher Brown facility with the City of Wilmington. City of Wilmington. They upgraded a new gymnasium floor, repaired pool lighting, surfaces, swimming pool floor. They repaired showers, locker rooms, and installed a new HVA system. The H. Fletcher Brown's Boys and Girls Club has served the Northeast Wilmington area for more than 70 years and continues to provide child care and team-related programs to hundreds of children in the community each week. With that being said, I'd like to introduce Mr. George Krupansky, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. In February 1990, Mr. Krupansky was appointed Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Wilmington. Since this time, the organization has expanded its membership and included girls, opening 39 additional locations, resulting in growing the numbers of youth served from 3,200 to 30,000 youth and 41 locations statewide. Let's give him a hand up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank all of you for joining us today. We very much appreciate you turning out here. You know, the H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club has a long history, as you heard Councilwoman Oliver mention, that services to young people in this neighborhood has made a difference to so many in their lives. Some of them are here in this audience. Jeff Starkey was a Boys and Girls Club kid. This gentleman here was telling me he attended. Maybe some of you did as well. And originally, the H. Fletcher Brown Club was on the far corner of this property and then was rebuilt over here on this location in 1970 with the support of the community, our businesses, our donors, with the support and generous support of the city, and also with the support of the state. We've continued to be able to make a difference in the lives of young people. Today we're celebrating the renovations that has taken place, particularly with the grant by the city, as you heard, in terms of all the work that we were able to achieve. Well, we're also, in addition to that, the state, through Senator Marshall's help, was very instrumental in helping us get the new HVAC units on the roof. Some of you may recall about a year and a half ago, they were stolen, believe it or not. Literally taken off and sold for salvage. We intended not to let those Scrooges spoil our Christmas because it was the week of Christmas. And the community responded, the city responded, the state responded, and we're very supportive and appreciate that a great, great deal. With that, I'll just kind of close my remarks, and would you like me to introduce John or turn it back to you? So with that, again, thank you all for your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and keep up the good work. And next we have John Wellens, which is the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. John is the president of the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. As a member of the executive team, Mr. Wellens works closely with the board executive committee and the CEO to ensure the organization achieves its mission through strategy, development, and implementing the sounds of business practices. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. This is indeed a great day to be here to celebrate the changes and improvements we've been able to make to this club, and a number of folks here who've already been introduced. Another gentleman, former Councilman Darius Brown, was also involved in helping us secure the Community Development Block Grant funding through the city which really has helped us renovate the club and make it more accessible to our teenagers. I think that probably the most important thing that we were able to do here was to put in HVAC cooling into our teen center. And that'll particularly help us in the summertime when instead of going into a hot box of sorts, they're going to be able to come into a place that is nice and cool and very attractive to them. We are very fortunate to have, as George said, the support of the city as well as the state of Delaware that really helps us do more and serve these young people who need us so much here in this community. And it goes beyond just the elected officials to the community members and others who really help us out so much and think first of the kids. So echo everything that George said, and thank you very much to the city as well as to the state.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the director of this club, Ms. Denise Brown. Is she here? Ms. Brown, would you like to say a couple words, please? Thanks for showing me your facility, and you do a lot of good work over here. Feel free.
Good morning. I'm Danielle Benson. I am the unit director here at the H. Fletcher Brown Boys and Girls Club. Every day is an exciting day, and it's wonderful to know that we have the support of the city and the state as we really just work to improve our community for our children, for our parents, and just really overall. So I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. We are ever so grateful for the change that you allow us to affect in the community. Thank you.
This next person needs no introduction, but I have to say this. I grew up on 802 East 17th Street for over 30 years. My aunt lived there for over 60 years. She's passed away now, so this is really a memorable moment for me. I lived right on that corner for years. This next gentleman, I worked for him down Legislative Hall for years, so I did get some training from him, and he taught me well. No introduction, this is one of my favorite friends, Senator Robert Marshall.
Thank you, Xanthia. You're not only the new council member for the East Side, but now the godmother. Now, what many of you may not know, the council members and those who are here today, is that by being here, you've agreed to swim one lap across. Are we ready to do that? It's such an honor to be here, where back growing up as a kid, I started at Jackson Street at the Boys Club. And I mean, it brings back memories of many of a basketball game when I worked my way through the ranks, or we'd come over here to Brown and we'd crush their basketball team. We go to People's Settlement, Kingswood. One year we went undefeated in the senior city league division. So it brings back a lot of memories, but it points to the fact of the value those kids that are 5 years old to 18 that have all that energy and all that ambition and need somewhere to go and something to do. And they may not get all the right direction at home, but they come here and they have the leadership, they have people who care, who do outstanding work with them. It is an honor to be here. We participated when the vandalism occurred. We continue to work with the city government, state government, looking at the Jackson Street area, Hedgeville and Browntown, and possibly looking at a building that could offer the kind of activities here, minus the pool and the gym, but the kind of activities for the youth in Hedgeville and Browntown that really matter. Now, I know this whole effort happened when George called me, we read about it, Darius got involved, I got involved, and now the current mayor, the new members of council, Madam President Hanifa Shabazz, and many others on council will now step up to the plate and try to do more to support here, keep it open, productive, and fun for the youth that are here. So it's a real pleasure to be here. I thank George for his leadership. You know, you can't, it's so easy to capture in a few words the good work that he has done for over 25 years. But when you think of the number of buildings, the money that he has raised along with the board, in order to make this possible. He indeed, if there is a Hall of Fame for executive directors of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, George ought to be our nominee, first and foremost. Thank you. God bless and have a great day.
I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Starr from Harper's office. And we have JJ from Coon's office. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks for coming out supporting us. I'd like to let everybody know this is ongoing efforts from Darius Brown. It's been a pleasure working with Darius, and we talk every week and try to meet once a month. Darius, would you like to say a few words? You sure? Darius keeps telling me, Xanthi, I'm not the council person anymore. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you again. Okay, next I'd like to call on President Hanifa Shabazz, please.
Hello, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here to speak on behalf of City Council, and I'm flanked by my fellow councilwomen, Councilwoman Dixon and Councilwoman McCoy. And on behalf of City Council, it's really a pleasure to help celebrate this monumental occasion. H. Fletcher Brown is an outstanding organization, as many of you have already spoken about. And growing up here in the city of Wilmington, this is one of the places that, even though I didn't grow up on this side of town, Wilmington is so small, every side of town is your neighborhood. And it's these places that I frequented in my childhood and had the pleasure of having my grandchildren to attend here. The fact that the city and other organizations and individuals came to the rescue to address this issue so that there is a safe haven for our children, and they can continue the great positive youth programming that they offer here is definitely what being a citizen here in the city of Wilmington is all about. So I'm really proud to be here to acknowledge this the opening of the Fletcher Brown Boys Club with all the new renovations. I know the children and families would truly appreciate coming to a facility that's beautifully adorned, well-maintained, and welcomed by individuals who care for their well-being. So on behalf of the city of Wilmington, it's truly a pleasure to be able to be here for this occasion. And I want to thank former council member Darius for always continuing to work for the community and working with everyone to make sure that Wilmington is moving forward. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to all step back and do the ribbon cutting. We can all just line up right back here.
1, 2, 3.